House Democrats are on the verge of a takeover. The break's over. For these MAGA extremists, it's over. Because the American people know that Donald Trump and House Republicans have failed the American people. They failed on immigration enforcement.
The moment Democrats started calling ordinary, common, typical Americans extremists, the entire narrative collapsed.
Donald Trump hit a new low. He didn't communicate anything meaningful to the American people. There was no substance in that speech, but a lot of snake oil. No vision for the future of the country, but a lot of vitriol. There were no policy prescriptions designed to make life better for everyday Americans, but it was full of partisanship. That State of the Union speech by Donald Trump was a disgrace. And now that we're on the other side of it, it's going to be a sprint to November 3rd. House Democrats are on the verge of a takeover. The break's over. For these MAGA extremists, it's over. Because the American people know that Donald Trump and House Republicans have failed the American people. They failed on the economy. They failed on health care. They failed on immigration enforcement. They failed to make life better for everyday Americans.
If we're going to talk about the idea that the economy did not immediately bounce back as soon as Donald Trump got into office, we can have that conversation. But to point out that immigration has failed, what do you mean by that? Exactly. The last time I checked, we were down 94.7% here. But of course, that large number of people not being able to break into our country would be considered a failure to Hakeem Jeffries here.
They failed to make life better for everyday Americans, breaking every single promise that they made, including, most significantly, that they were going to lower costs on day one. Costs haven't gone down. As Vice Chair Lieu explained, costs have gone up, out of control. Far too many people struggling here in America to live paycheck to paycheck, cannot thrive, and can barely survive. And so we're here at this issues conference to talk amongst each other and with outside stakeholders and experts about a bold, meaningful, transformational path forward to address the Republican affordability crisis here in America and make life better for working class Americans, for middle class Americans, and for everyday Americans who are committed to fighting for each and every day, to drive down the high cost of living, to fix our broken healthcare system, and to deliver an immigration enforcement approach that is fair, just, and meaningful, that doesn't target violently American citizens or law-abiding immigrant families, but targets violent felons who are here unlawfully.
Guys, that's exactly what's happening here. The people that are being targeted are the people who are here in this country illegally. They've already had deportation orders here, or they've been picked up as collateral because they're in the close proximity to someone who is, in fact, in this country illegal. I'm not sure why we're playing games with words here. American citizens are not being targeted. They're not being deported here. Law-abiding legal immigrants are also not being targeted here. It's like he's just trying to add something on top of it so he can galvanize a base here, right? But we'll talk more later, guys.
The best is yet to come in this country, but it won't be delivered by Donald Trump and Republican sycophants in the House and in the Senate. It will come when Democrats take back control of the House, laying a foundation to end this national nightmare in the United States of America and continue our country's march toward a more perfect union. It's now my great honor to yield to my friend, my partner, my classmate, and the whip on the Democratic side of the House, who's doing an extraordinary job, from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the Honorable Catherine Clark.
The fact that we're even still talking about the State of the Union, it means that Donald Trump, in fact, got underneath their skin in a way that is absolutely wild here. But just be fully aware here also, like his presence, his ability to basically breathe air, right, is also something that apparently, guys, just apparently here, is enough to completely send people into full rage here. For a while, I said TDS is not really a thing. They just don't like him. But then you guys started sending me so much more. And I was just like, yeah, guys, no. They absolutely like have their blood pressure raised if Donald Trump's name is like ever mentioned for anything. If they bring him up, they're going to lose their mind, bro. And the fact that he just called people that support Donald Trump extremists is also intriguing here. What do you mean by that exactly? Because if we look back, specifically within the last 10 years or so, right, what side has basically been praying for the man to no longer be breathing, bro? What extremists are you talking about? And I'm definitely not saying that there cannot be any type of extremism coming from the right, because it's possible. Understand this here. But the ones that we see more of these days, right now in 2026, are coming from the left here. But of course, I mean, this is Hakeem Jeffries speaking here. And whenever he speaks, you know that in fact, it's going to be super partisan, anti the rest of the country that have a different ideology than him. And that's just his basic MO, bro. That's who he is here. Nothing more than this. Guys, and lastly, I definitely do not think that the Democrat Party, at least in its current state, has a chance of even getting people that left back. All right. I think they've gone so far over to the left that it's nearly impossible for even some of the moderates to even look at what they're saying and be like, nah, bro. And be fully aware, Americans have now officially been spoiled here. What I mean by this is we have a leader in the White House that actually says something and then does it. Okay, that's a big change here. Like, what do we want? The same old, same old? Like, listen, we heard when Kamala Harris was basically running against Trump, she went to The View, and when she was asked, right, so what are you going to do differently? Bro, she has no policies other than basically being a clone of Mamdani and Gavin Newsom together. She had no interest in changing anything. She thought the United States of America was perfect. Guys, no. No. But all right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. If you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. And in the meantime, guys, I'll go ahead and catch you guys later.